Hey, so I'm 7 weeks on T tomorrow, and there were some non-physical updates I wanted to give, um, just on some things that I've noticed in the past few weeks. Um, the first of which is that I'm pretty much passing all the time already. I am privileged, I guess, that uh, I passed pretty much, well, about 50% of the time. It was kind of half and half before T. Um, but really, just after 2 or 3 weeks on T, the first little bit of my voice dropping, and honestly, in the past four weeks or so, I don't think I've been misgendered once by strangers. I have by people that know me and purposely misgender me, but um, people that just see me, strangers, I haven't been misgendered in like a month, which kind of blows me away. I wasn't expecting to kind of just go right to passing so quickly. Um, but anyway, uh, so there's kind of one main thing about myself, who I am as a person, that I've noticed that has changed some since being on T. Um, and, well, I'll kind of tell you a story, like, for an example. My brother Levi and I, we like to ride our bikes together. It's something we've done for years, and um, I was always kind of his teacher, telling him how to ride safe and, kind of learning the feel of the road and kind of learning to read cars and stuff, if they're going to respect you or not, and how to kind of hold your ground and learn to know when to pull over and when not to, and all that different stuff. So that's just been kind of something that, I've always done, but it's kind of changed in the past. Since I've been on T, I think it's probably just, well, actually I'm not exactly sure if it's from T or if it's from feeling like it can be more this way because I'm seen as a man now, or I present as a man. But anyway, yeah, the thing that has changed is, for example, we were riding our bikes the other day, and I'm not like the type of person that swears, and I don't flip people off and stuff. I'm really just kind of a nice person in general. So it was kind of, I don't know, maybe surprising to Levi when I didn't notice this about myself so much at first until he brought it up. But, when a car would come up behind us, and instead of pulling over into the other lane, which by law, at least in our state, they have to pull over a full lane to pass bikes. And instead, they'd come up and just like honk right behind us and, act all mad. And I would flip them off. Or if they would like kind of only move over partially and rev right next to us, or, just be idiots on the road and, possibly run us off the road, I would just get angry and say something and flip them off, which is, I feel like I should be ashamed for doing that, but that's the thing that's changed. I don't. I, feel okay kind of standing my ground more, just for example, even on the bike. Now just in daily life with just regular people, I would never do that, and I never will. I guess partially it's like on the bike anyway, I feel like I have to stand up for myself or else I'll be killed, but I'm also able to feel more, I don't know, dominant isn't the right word, but it's the only one that's really come to mind. I don't know. But I think I'm kind of more like that in general, in the sense of I'm not invisible anymore. I don't allow myself to just be invisible anymore, which is very different from how I've always been. I've always been a very invisible person, some by choice, some not. But I've always been okay with being invisible. And now I'm not, and that's really quite interesting to me because it's like how I've been my whole life. And I wasn't sure if it would change. I wondered, but yeah, I'm really not so invisible anymore. I don't have that desire to be invisible anymore. And I'm not sure how much of that is kind of my mind changing a little bit from being on T, or if it's like, I don't know, like male privilege, passing privilege, being, men are allowed to be more dominant. They're allowed to stand their ground and not necessarily be aggressive. I mean, I'm not necessarily aggressive, but just they're allowed to have more of a presence. And so I'm not sure if it's just my confidence building and feeling like, okay, I'm allowed to exist, or if it's from T. I don't know. And I don't even know if I care so much. The main thing is that I'm aware of it, and obviously I will definitely watch out for like any aggression or whatever, because I do not want to be I don't want to be a jerk. I want to stay a gentle, considerate, kind person. But I think it's actually a good thing, that I'm letting myself exist now, and I actually have a sense of self-preservation and self-worth, and feeling like I deserve to exist. And yeah, that's an interesting thing that I've noticed that I didn't quite see until the bike ride with Levi. But there was also another thing from that same ride. We rode to a nearby lake, and it's real narrow and long, narrow enough that there's a bridge going across it. And we talked about going bridge jumping. I had never been bridge jumping. Levi had. He said it was great fun, so I kind of wanted to. And when we got there, there were already 3 guys there bridge jumping. They were, in their 20s, 20 years old, 19, 20, 21. And so we were like, well, let's just go jump with them. And I love that kind of thing normally. I love anything that's just a little bit, not that it's actually all that dangerous, but, just a little more of an adrenaline rush. That's kind of my thing in general, but I really do not like to be pushed into anything. And I just don't like the pressure, so it's not the thing that I actually don't want to do, it's being told to do it. So yeah, we all climbed up on the bridge, and so the other guys, they all jumped, and then Levi jumped, and I was like, yeah, I'll jump right after you, but he jumped and I didn't, just because I don't know, I kind of froze. I felt like all these guys were watching me, and felt nervous or whatever, and so I started calling out names and being like, oh, you're such a chicken. And then they were like, you don't have any balls, you're such a pussy, you're a vagina man. And, saying things like that to kind of, I don't know, make me be like, okay, I'm a man, I'm gonna jump in the water and prove I'm a man. And, eventually I did jump, and, we swam and jumped a couple times, and, I was just one of the guys. Fortunately, Levi kept his shirt on, so I didn't feel awkward being the only guy with his shirt on, and it was just weird because they saw me as a man. They didn't know that I'm trans. They, Levi and I were just brothers, and so I was just one of the guys, and it was just really interesting to me. I'm dragging this out, and I really didn't want to. You know, for one, it really bothered me. I didn't show that it bothered me. I didn't want to give myself away or anything. But it so bothers me that being called a woman is an insult, for one, and obviously, like, what they were saying was, even if they didn't realize it was transphobic, and it was just wrong, like, on so many levels. But, in a way, I was kind of glad for the experience, because, well, for one, I'm not usually around just a group of guys as one of the guys. I've never really experienced that before. And to be quite honest, I was almost ashamed to be seen as one of the guys, because I don't want to be seen as a douchebag. They were really just douchebags. And, like, it was not okay. I don't want to be one of them. But also, being, just with the guys, I felt kind of like a double agent, in a sense. But in a good way, because I feel like I have an opportunity to build myself into a better version of a man than, well, not than anyone else, but anybody can, decide to be a better man. But I feel like I have more awareness because of my female socialization growing up, and I can view feminism from both sides of the table now, and yeah, I don't know. I just don't wanna be just another guy. I want to be a better man, and being with them, that them thinking I'm just another one of the guys, it just kind of made me more resolute, more than ever, to be a better man, and just to be a good person, I guess. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. But anyway, just to wrap this up, one more thing that has been kind of new and interesting in my life is dating as a gay trans man. There's one guy that I've been talking to for a little while. We've gone on 2 real dates, and we also met up for fireworks, and like I said, we've been talking, and so far it's gone really well. I haven't had any bad experiences with any of the guys I've talked to. Well, I've had a couple, that turned me down because of me being trans, once I disclosed, but well, for one, I've never really dated before. As pathetic as that sounds, that I'm 22 and haven't really dated. I've never done the whole, go on some dates and then ask them to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, for various reasons. So this is kind of my first time, doing the whole actual dating thing, and it's been very interesting. But yeah, dating gay men as a trans man, it's definitely brought up some dysphoria that could be avoided if I was not wanting to date right now. But I am, so it's just something I'm going to have to navigate, and yeah, it's very interesting to me because I've kind of had to reevaluate my sexuality, in a way. I haven't had to, it's kind of just given me an opportunity to, and I don't know, it's just like I'm learning myself all over again, and it's really just an experience. Everything, life is just, everything is brand new right now. It's really neat. It's really kind of, I don't know, it's great. It really is. Yeah. Surgery's coming up in 6 weeks, and I am, oh, so excited for it. It's kind of unreal that in 6 weeks I will have surgery and finally have a flat chest and never have to worry about binding again. Well, I'll have to obviously bind for a few weeks after the surgery, but still. Like, it's just the most exciting, freeing thing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I almost have all the money for it. Just need about $1,500 more in the next 6 weeks, so I'm trying. I'm so excited. Life is exciting and good, and I love it.